Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea, a channel for marriage-minded men. I've been married to a Filipina since 2015. People say that marriage changes you. Today, this video is going to be about how marriage has improved my life. And it's probably going to take about 3 to go through this. So marriage changes you, people say, and they aren't even, talking about an age gap marriage to someone from another country. I married my Filipina wife back in May, 2015. So we've already gone through 10 years. We've gone through a lot of stuff in 10 years, like you will too if you get married. So we've been married long enough to have gone through the usual ups and downs that happen when you're committed for the long run. And please subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea for content relating to a foreigner and Filipina relationship in specific, but, marriage overall, with the goal of helping these unions be rewarding ones. So I'm going to list some changes I have made, or perhaps it's better, said changes that have been made to me by virtue of marrying a Filipina that caught my eye when I was on Christian Filipina about 10 years ago. That is a dating site. So we have a private consult link that you can see in the YouTube comment section if you're going to see this on YouTube. So I figured that marrying a Filipino would be a good thing because I believe marriage is a good thing. Having a companion and a lover is a wonderful circumstance to be in just on its own. But I've discovered there is more to marriage than just not being lonely or sexually frustrated. And that is, it can build up and mature a person. I would like to think that when God created the first man and woman and gave the woman to the man to be his wife, that it was for more than his happiness and companionship and population of the world, that it was to change or reshape or reform each of them. So your comments are welcome. As always, if you'd like, feel free to comment on a way a Filipina has changed you in a good way, or, your wife, even if she's not from the Philippines, or if you are dating or married to one. One change I wanted when I got married was to have someone to have fun with. And I want to be with my Filipina more than anyone else. She is my best friend after all. That was a big change. Having physical intimacy was another need, and I am more relaxed and less uptight having a partner for this. Another good change, which if you've known me for a long time, you would have to agree with. All the shared experiences we have had are small changes for the better. Doing things with friends is good, but doing the same things with my wife seems more special to me. I needed to change in certain ways, and marriage might be the best way to reveal what needs to be changed so I can be a better person. Adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it, and marriage is going to test us and reveal shortcomings we have, and for that we should be thankful. And if we are open to this kind of change in marriage, we can embrace it as necessary for personal growth, and that is where I noticed the most powerful changes since I married my little woman from Davao City, Philippines. To list some here would be, as I alluded to, I'm more relaxed. I am much more relaxed or less intense, to put it another way. If we're getting along, I feel cheerful and talkative, but if there's some conflict, it gets me down, but we can still work on that situation. When I was single for so long, it didn't seem like that would ever change. The disagreements and conflict are simply just going to be there, and we need to keep them from escalating into something more serious. But I've been more relaxed, more satisfied as well, and this is different than relaxed in the sense I was referring to physical relaxation, being calmer, not distressed or depressed. But by satisfaction, I mean to say that I feel like something important has been accomplished by being married. There's a sense of relief. The ring I have in my hand reminds me to be satisfied. The woman that slipped this on my finger has changed my life, improved my life. The big goal of getting married has been now replaced with other goals, like future goals. Before I got married, I had some idea of what I might do at retirement, which I didn't intend to do until I was 69, because I wanted to work for 50 years and be one of the few people at the company to do that. I was single. I thought working helped keep my mind off of being alone to some degree, so I might as well work as long as I can. And I like to go into work. And I am retired now, prematurely, actually. I assume we will spend our days together here in America. Maybe God changes that someday, but that's what we're thinking about doing is living our lives here. Purpose. Purpose is an improvement. I previously had a big goal of getting married, and that was a goal I'd put a whole lot of effort into despite the lack of results. Once that goal was accomplished, I didn't feel like there was a large space or gap that needed to be filled, and there was no post-victory letdown either. Like in sports, you know what it's like for your favorite team to scratch, claw, and climb to the top after, putting out great effort to win a championship. Then, after that, there's a natural decline in intensity, and the will to repeat it seems strained. Maybe everything does. The motivation that drove the team to win gets put to the test because they accomplish the ultimate goal. But then what? After the euphoria of me getting married wore off, I developed deep feelings for my amazing Isa, something I was not anticipating. I think, as I've said many times here, the love comes first, and then the feelings develop after that, because the love is a choice. It's a decision you make, and if you make it and pour yourself into that person, the feelings will show up. So I wasn't really expecting or thinking much about, feelings, emotional feelings for anyone. I'm not sure they gave much thought to my purpose after marriage at the time, because so much energy was put into getting married, and we got married very quickly, say 54 days from across the country, across the world, I should say. Striving to find a wife was a goal. Since that got accomplished, something more important came into view, and that was purpose. So it could be said that my new goal is to find and execute that purpose for the future, and I will talk about those purposes in the next video here on Love Beyond the Sea.